And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New England Patriots and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On 2nd down, Michel. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. A give. This is Michel. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Hey, ready, blue way. Got 4 down, 4 down.
On the handoff, this is Taylor. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Second down, Winston. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They just do get the play off. Now Winston. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away.
No. Oh, wait. Come here.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And taken right at the 35. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. The Patriot offense now set to come back out on the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On the ball.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's got this down to the 35. That one good for 13 at a New England 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Kendall Beckwith coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop
Bro, my
that.
receiver
Give
just
him
dropped a
clean lanes and
wide
throw the
open
football
catch,
in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Go. Hey, stat. What's this?
Working from the gun, Wentz. A deep ball for Dotson. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Josh Doctson, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Pats have taken the early lead. Now Steven Gostkowski on for the extra point.
My shit's 11 again, bro.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up
The
and
wind is
good,
11 miles
and it's
per hour
now a
again.
7-0 game.
Nah, I think this one goes to the right. Yeah, to the right.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Ready. Blue lady.
Working out of the gun, Winston. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Ready. Blue lady. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Love the run right there. And when you analyzed him coming out of college, when you tried to put a grade on him, you saw the flashes while he was in school, but you didn't see the full production. You didn't see the finished product. He's a little bit raw, but you can see why people liked him. Those types of runs make you think there's plenty more there, and we'll see if that continues for him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Ready. Blue lady.
Now a second down throw for Winston. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. And it's third down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
Ready. Blue lady.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Jameis now on first down. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Ready. Blue lady. Sonic. Close that up. 550, 550. Close that up. Close that up.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he's going to go down again. Demario Davis. in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long.
Ready? Blue waiting.
From the gun, Winston. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Brandon Williams. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's going to float this over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6. Gostkowski for the point after. Gostkowski the extra point. And
nah, it'll tell you if
zip.
you miss time, son. Competitive gives more animation, but period.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send
and that was
this
an
one
animation
away.
where they was going to try to let him catch it.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now a give to Taylor. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
Well, so much for all the time that you spend in practice, because for offensive linemen and running backs to get in sync, that requires a ton of practice time, a ton of watching tape together, a ton of really getting to where you're thinking with one mind on every single play that's called, every single run, because you want to know how your guy's going to block it. They want to know how he's going to run it, what kind of cuts he's going to make, and it's really anticipatory. And when you're really locked in together, you know what he's going to do before he actually does it. On this play, that didn't happen at all, and that turned into a big loss.
The Bucs on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Jameis to throw it. Looking deep downfield. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
She was just looking for you.
Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken right around the 44. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. So the Patriots coming out now. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here.
Shorty. What's your son?
Wentz now on first down. It's caught. Mitchell. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through him.
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Here we go. 120. What's that? Hey, ram. What's that?
Shotgun now for Wentz. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. The Patriots into the red zone for the first time. They're looking at a first and goal from about the 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good run on first down, and now they contemplate a second and goal situation. Wentz going to throw. That's caught at the 3. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Wentz now on third and goal. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Quan Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Here's Taylor. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. So 1:55 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout.
Ready? White 25. Boys, head up.
Now Jameis on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Bucs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
Ready? Blue ready.
Here's Winston. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. This is fielded at the 27. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Patriots take over. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Now this time, Wentz will throw. He's going to fire one deep over, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Wentz now on first down. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. He's going to air one out. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now he steps away. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Now whistles blow, and the Patriots are going to take another timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Ready. Blue ready.
Throwing, Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The Bucs on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Ready. Black, 22's hot. Green, triple C.
To throw, Winston. He sets to fire deep. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Here's Brian Anger now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Let's get out of there.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. The final shot before half for Wentz. He's going to fire one deep, middle of it. Got his man, complete. And he will finally be taken down up at the 48. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Taylor, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Ready. White 25. White 25.
Now Winston. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. back to the air on second down. Wentz. And the grab by Croft. And he gets it down to the 32. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. On play action, Wentz. It's brought in by Dodson. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Straight 15, straight 15. Touch, 20.
On first down, Wentz. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Carson Wentz with touchdown pass number 4 on the afternoon. And the Patriots add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Gostkowski with the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Taco Charlton in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Green, triple C. Ready. Black, 22. Mike 5-4, Mike. Ready to go. Mike 5-4. Come on. Sunday. Long day. That's going to be a long day. Ready to go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Gets it up around the 22, but no further. Did flash the fancy footwork, but not much to show for it. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Ready. Black, 22 hot. 54.
3rd and long for Winston. Trying to lay one up deep. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear
that is
by the time
one
we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
We got four down. Here, shift. Black, come on. 81. Check. Lucky. Black, come on.
Throwing on first is Wentz. That's caught inside the 20. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A gain of 39 that time.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Trying to pound it in here with Michelle. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. Now Wentz on the bootleg. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. Carson Wentz keeping it himself from 10 yards away. And the Patriots are pouring it on. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
First down, Winston. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down.
You know they wanted, they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10.
Four down. Ready. Black 25's a hot.
Throwing again, Winston on second and 10. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked by Brandon Williams. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point, good by Gostkowski. And the lead will swell by one more. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Winston, he's going to let it go again. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off near the 42. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Oh, he shifts past him. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
We got 4. We got 4. Back. Lion. Check. 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 53. Mike.
Keeping it on the ground on first, Michelle. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Got his left.
Working from the gun. Wentz going for the deep ball. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
New England on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 16.
Hey, ram.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out. 1st and 10.
Tight ends right. Watch tight. Tight ends right. Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He's going to wind up and air it out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Wide open receiver complete. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Buccaneers have it.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
They'll run with Taylor. Oh, fighting off the defender. He's still fighting forward, still churning. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'll be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
3-19! 3-19! 58, boys, 58. 58 is Mike. And
He's going to get it running right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Fellas, 13, watch. Gun! Set! 3-19! 3-19! 58, right over there, yeah. Hot! Right there. Hot!
From the gun, Page. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Vernon Butler with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. This from 36 yards out. And this has no chance. It's no good, well wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Break! Double tight. 4 down, check.
Set, Blaney! Hey, Rip 5-2, hot here.
This drive starts out on the ground with Michelle. And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here stays. In bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Even. 4 down, even.
And it's Michelle once again. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
58's the mic, 58's the mic.
Now Wentz. Staying on his feet. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
New England on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10.
Single. Slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Here's Wentz to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big play there on 3rd down for the Pats. And even 40 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
4 down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. The penalty does everything but get them a first down. It's close here on 2nd and inches. They'll come out in the pistol. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
side, boys. Tight on the left. Tight on the left. Move.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Back to throw. Page. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Bucs on third down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Operating from the gun. Page. He's going to let it fly. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Hey, 52, great.
Again, it's Michelle. Solid footwork, but not able to get a whole lot. Brought down shy of the 10. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down.
Black. Hey, here we go. Blue 80.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field.